All right. Well, we have discussed using the side-side-side theorem to prove two triangles congruent. And another theorem that we can use to prove triangle congruency is side angle side. So if we've got two sides and an included angle of one triangle, and that is congruent to two sides and an included angle of a second triangle, well, then guess what? Triangles are congruent, and that's called side angle side. So we're going to use side angle side to prove two triangles are congruent, and we got a hang glider here. But I even see a little man there. He better hope that those two wings of that, the triangular wings of that hang glider are congruent, or he's got a bad day coming. So the wings of a hang glider shown appear to be congruent if, conditional statement by the way, if segment FG is congruent to GH and JG is congruent to segment JG bisects angle FGH, prove that triangle FGJ is congruent to triangle HGJ. Notice how G is the vertex of both triangles we're trying to prove congruent, being the middle letter in our description of the triangle, because order is important. All right. So our given statements were that segment FG is congruent to GH, and we see our little congruency marking right here and right here. So those two are congruent. And segment JG bisects angle FGH, and that is our given. Now, that being the case, angle FGJ, which is located right here, FGJ, right here, is congruent to HGJ, this angle here. Well, they're congruent because that's the definition of an angle bisector. Since segment JG bisects the bigger angle FGH, follow along, let your eyes take that trip, then those two smaller angles are congruent because that's what a bisector means, cut it in half. Now, how about segment GJ? Well, GJ has got to be congruent to itself, doesn't it? And the reason for that is the reflexive property of congruency. Now, if that's the case, look what I've got. Let's see what kind of color might show up. I've got side, angle, side, side, angle, side. And fans, friends, Romans, countrymen, triangle FGJ is congruent to triangle HGJ because of side, angle, side. I just love it when a good plan comes together.